Hello everyone, and welcome back to PHP 101. This is episode 3, and today we're going to be looking at comparison statements in PHP. So, first off, again, as normal, I've created a new folder called ep3 in my PHP 101 directory, and I'm going to create a new file again. If I can remember it, it's not how we do that. Okay, and today I'm going to call this conditional. Again, all the code for this will be online, ready for you to download from Pastebin. So that makes it easy for you to have a look at the code. Okay, let's get this right. Okay, conditional statements in PHP. So today we're going to be looking at if, else, else if, and switch, which are all the conditional statements. So firstly, if statements. Now, if statements are how you compare one thing to another. So they're great for comparing things or checking if things are set or stuff like that. So, excuse me. So we're going to compare a number. We're going to say age 10. Okay? So we've stored an integer here in the variable $age. My video is coming soon for the basis of programming. I have had a couple of requests for it. We should explain what I mean by int string, which is for all programming languages, not just PHP. That'll be coming very soon indeed. Okay, so age is 10. What if we want to run some code if the age is greater than 10? Well, this is where we'd use an if statement. So we write it like this. If, open the brackets, this is where our condition is going to go. So this is where our condition will be, if you like. I'll just leave that there for now. No, that's not right. That won't run. But this will be where our condition is. And then we open, these are actually curly braces. So then we open curly braces and our code will go here for that specific action. So if the age is greater than 10, we're going to echo you are older than 10. Okay, so let's set this to 11 to see the output of that and open up Chrome. So basically this code that's inside the braces will run if this becomes true. So if the age is greater than 10, which this is greater than 10, so this should run. Let me just start MAMP. Now, you should always remember to start your example MAMP every time you do this. So, I had a request for an installation tutorial. Please leave your comment below if you think this would be great if I would show you how to install XAMPP or MAMP. Just let me know. Okay, anyway, let's continue on with the tutorial. So in the TDF folder, in PHP 101, episode 3, conditional. As you can see, our output has appeared. This is because, I'm just going to hide the sidebar. This is because here the age is greater than 10, the age is 11. Now, this is your basic if statement. It's quite easy really. You can do more than one line in here, as long as you have the braces. You can also write it like this, but that goes against convention. And if you want to do a one-line if, you can write it like that. About a two-line if, you can write it like that and miss out the braces. But again, that's bad practice. So you should write it like this. Let's have a look at else if then, shall we? Actually, let's just test this if this works. Let's do it an age that's not greater than 10. What do you think will happen? Nothing. It's a blank page. This is because we didn't echo anything else. This has been skipped because this is not true. Let's have a look at the else statement. The else statement is an attachment onto an if. You can't use an else on its own, you have to use it with an if. So if we do this again, I'll do it separately. So I'm overwriting age here. So if the age is greater than 10, echo you are older than 10. And now this is how you write an else. You do else you are not older than 10. As you can see, if the age is greater than 10, do this, and then we're telling PHP that if the age is not greater than 10, this is else, it's opposite of whatever this is, then write that statement. So because the age is 10, we should get this bottom statement here written out. I will comment out that one, just so we don't get that output. See, you are not older than 10. This is because this is 10, which is not greater than 10, so therefore the else block is run instead. If we change this to 12, and save, load it in Chrome, you are older than 10. And that's a basic if-else statement. Now I bet you're wondering what I mean by else if. Well, let's use the same example again. I'll just comment out these for the time being. They won't be commented out in your download. Say if the age is 10 again. If age is $age. So it's the same example again. The else if is also an extension of the if statement. So here is our if again. I'm just going to copy it actually just to save time. You're older than 10. Else if $age equals 10. Echo you are 10 years old. And else oh, I've put an echo in an echo there. There we are. So as you can see here now, if the age is greater than 10, run this, which it's not, so it will skip this, it will come down to here, and it will do another check here. So it will check again, is the age equal to 10? Now this is a double equals here. If you use a single equals, that isn't correct. There is a difference between a single equals, a double equals, and a triple equals in PHP. That will be explained in the basis to programming video. I'll get round to that. Okay, so it will check again and say if the age is equal to 10, run this. It will run this, and then it will skip the last one because it's run this one. But if the age was 9, it would skip this and it would run this one. So let's check it out. So it's now 9, so it's not older than 10. If we change this to 10, hit refresh again. You are 10 years old there. So I didn't mean to resize the window then. And 11. You are older than 10. So as you can see, we just ran each of those by just changing the age there. And those are the basic if. Now, there is one more called switch. This one is a little bit more complicated. This file may get quite long. Okay, switch. Now, a switch statement is a lot like an if, but it's like an if and an else if. You can actually extend this and do else if again if you wanted to, and keep going until you're done. You can keep going with else if, and keep checking for different things as you go down. But a switch, if you've got a lot of if else ifs, a switch, you should be using a switch, because this is what really it was made for. So if we again use $age, I am going to comment these rows out just so that we don't get the output from those. So if we equal that to 10, now if we do switch $age, this is to stop you using if else if a lot. This is what it's built for. So this is how you write it. You do switch, you do the condition, same as an if, but instead, this time you must include cases in PHP. That's gone red, which tells me that's a PHP keyword. Okay, so red means keywords in this. So case, and then you put in the case. In this case, you can either put a string, so hello. So if age, that basically checks if age is equal to hello. So you don't do greater than 10 here. You just put the age in, what you're checking, and then you put each case in here. So case 10, and then you do a break, and this is where your code would go here. It may be quite confusing to you at the moment. We'll carry on. This basically says check the age. If it's 10, run this. Break, which means step out of the end, because you can make it continue down, but obviously we want it to skip out the end in this case. And then you add another case. Well, what happens if they're 11? What do you do then? And what happens if you're 12? Not default case 12 break. And then if you want to check, if you want to use an else in this, you can't use just else on its own. You have to use, it's a different keyword. It's called default. And that's a case for anything else. So here I'm going to put you're not older than 10. Actually, it should be you are not 10, 11, or 12. You are 10. You are 11. And you are 12. Okay, so this is like an extended, this is like an if and else if. If you're using it too much, you should use it this way, and then add a default. You don't have to add a default. If you don't add one, if it doesn't match any of these cases, it will just skip. It's the same as if you just add if else and not add an else, it would just skip. It's exactly the same. So let's save this and let's see the output. You are 10, which is correct because that's 10, and we're hitting the first case here and echoing you are 10. So if we change this to 11, you are 11. If we change this to 12, you are 12. And if we change it to anything else, so I'm just going to put 13, you are not 10, 11, and 12 because it's hit this default case here. And that's it. That's conditional statements in a nutshell. So you can use just if on its own. You can extend it with else or else if, which I've explained. Or if you're using if else if that goes all the way down the page, it's really long, you can use a switch statement to make it a bit better. For a real world application, you could do it for pages. Say $page is contact. Say if you're on the contact page, you could do a switch $page and then do if it's contact, maybe add a, I don't know, a HTML form. Another thing you can do, actually, before we end the episode, is this checks for contact. If you add another case underneath it, if you do case home, that means if it's contact or if it's home, it will run this code. So you can actually put the two together. Okay? So you could put case contact or case home, run this. So either one of those will then trigger the code that's here. That's quite useful as well. And you could do case about, load details about you. This is something you could do with it. And then obviously if it's a default, then you know it's a page that you've not created, so this would be error 404 maybe, page not found. So this is something you could use it for, although I don't really recommend it for pages. You should really have each file for each page. And that's conditional statements. I'll save this for you, and it'll be in the description below. Let me just uncomment these. It'll be in the description below. Download off pastebin.com again, which people have told me is brilliant because apparently nobody else does it who does tutorials on YouTube, which is quite funny. I would have thought people would have done that, but okay. So you can download this as a PHP file, and I hope to see you again soon. Hit the like button if you like this episode, and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, next episode, I have no idea what we'll be doing. You might have to just find out and see. I think it's something to do with looping. I think we may go on to loops. Yeah, one of the episodes coming up is loops. I know that. So please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.